Okay, so now I'm answering the questions, the interview questions Khan posed me. I wrote them down because I already recorded an MP3 file. So please introduce yourself, was question number 1. Okay, my name is Sabine Kretella and I'm known with my name in local language Bina. I live in Upper Franconia, Germany, and my mother language is Franconian, like we say, or East Franconian, which is the official name of the language. I have 2 hats. I'm wearing 2 hats right now because I'm speaking for Cultura and Vox Humanitatis, both associations caring about less resourced languages. Point 2. Tell me something interesting in your language, funny phrase or sayings. Well, let me read one of the short poems I will read during our public reading in Franconian language in the library of Bad Rodach in honor of International Mother Language Day. It's by Friedrich Hofmann and talks about the language of Coburg in Franconia. A Coburger bin ich, das wisst ihr von je, und als Coburger rede ich halt, wie ich's versteh. Zum Schöngetu freilich, da bin ich zu faul, denn der Coburger nimmt sich kein Blatt nicht vors Maul. Es gehört halt allen den, zu jedem sei Sach, zum Vogel die Luft, zum Fischler der Bach. A Tanz zu der Kerwa, die Antwort zur Frage, und ein Coburger Mal gehört zur Coburger Sprach. Now, point 3. Many Japanese hate English. What about you? Well, there's no reason to hate any language because it is a means of communication among people and helps to create understanding. Normally people only hate what they don't know well enough to understand what it is good for. You can love only what you do know. English also, in the case of International Mother Language Day, helps us to create awareness among people. 4. What is your story with English? For example, history of the learning, hated at the beginning, starting liking it. I started to learn English at the age of 10 at school. Then it was just a school subject to me. When I was about 16, I went to the USA as exchange student, thanks to a competition among schools. When I came back, my teacher didn't understand me anymore. I took up too much accent and for him and wide expressions in that time. I then found this most funny. I became a foreign correspondent and later a translator for mainly Italian. Since 2005 I have been working for lesser resourced languages with many people around the world and their English became really relevant. This work would not have been possible without it. Number 5. What other languages can you speak and why you learned those languages? Besides Franconian and German, I speak Italian, English, Neapolitan, some French and very little Spanish. Though I do understand many other languages and read even more. The reason for it is difficult to explain because there is no real reason. I'm curious about other cultures, I try to understand them, by at least understanding the languages. How can the world preserve your language? I'd like to introduce my answer here using a quote by David Crystal. The world is a mosaic of visions and each vision is encapsulated by a language. Every time a language is lost, one vision of the world disappears. The world can preserve our languages by paying attention to them. In the end, not much can be done to preserve a language if the people themselves do not want to use it and pass it on to the coming generations. This means loads of sensibilization work is needed for the own and other languages in the world. 7. What is your dream for a peaceful world? How International Mother Language Day can be used to solve the world problems. Well, peace and war is not really about people, it's about governments. We people can be always peaceful by simply respecting each other. International Mother Language Day can help to grow this respect for all languages and cultures. It's a means we all can use to make people aware. What do you think about International Mother Language Day? Well, like I said before, we should use International Mother Language Day to make people aware of different languages and cultures. It is a unique occasion on an international level to get people to talk about in their languages. 9. Say International Mother Language Day in your language. Well, this is quite an easy one. Alles Gute zum Internationalen Tag von der Muttersprache. 10. What is your mother language and why do you love it? What are the unique concepts of your language? My mother language is Franconian. I love it because it's my mother language. And because I can express concepts with it, I could not express better in any other language. What I noted during the years I lived abroad is that people often don't understand our kind of humor. we do express ourselves fairly dry, which makes us understand this is not a serious sentence, but just to make fun. Often for people, often, for example, in Italy, this way of expressing yourself is widely misunderstood. To people there, it often seemed to be more kind of an insult. Another thing natural to us is not using big expressions. If we highly agree to something or find something really good, we simply say, "Basta," which more or less has the direct translation of "it's okay." You won't hear much more of a Franconian person when she or he really finds something great or good. Therefore, this is another source of misunderstandings. So these are unique concepts that are really relevant for us and should be known by others when dealing with us. Last but not least, one more note. I have been working with and for International Mother Language Day since 2005, being the CCO of Vox Humanitatis. During the past 2 years, it became somewhat difficult to really find enough time to do what is planned, and therefore networking around International Mother Language Day becomes more and more crucial. We actually should care about this project during the whole year, so that that the work to be done gets distributed and not centered too much during the 1 month before the event. From now on, I will be reading texts in my language in public places on International Mother Language Day, and I will try to get more and more people to do the same. Or, of course, if they have different ideas to do different things, to bring relevance to mother languages around the world, these events will be planned here 1 year ahead, and we will be around inviting more and more people during the whole year. Well, thanks for the opportunity to talk. And now let's go ahead and work together for the languages of the world. Thank you.